In this video, we're going to look at how to cite our sources in 8th edition MLA. To start, you should be looking at the research writing module you have available to you in our course shell on Canvas. If you click the Research 101 overview, this page will provide you with different sources covering a broad view of research writing, finding sources, integrating sources, citing sources in the text, and citing sources on the Works Cited page. For this video, we're primarily concerned with how to cite your sources on the Works Cited page. I've given you a few resources here. You have the MLA Style Center, which has a Works Cited page template within it. If we look at the Works Cited page template, you'll see that it's a worksheet that takes you step by step through the process of creating an entry for your Works Cited page. It tells you the order in which you will place the elements and the punctuation you will use to separate them. If we go back to the research writing overview, you will also see that there is an MLA Citation Guidelines PowerPoint that you may view. And if we go back to the modules page, you also have access to KCC's Guide to MLA, which is updated with the 8th edition, goes through the Works Cited page template to explain everything to you, and also gives you examples by type of source. So let's look at an old MLA Works Cited page. In this Works Cited page, we have an article from an online newspaper, an article from an academic journal, another article from an academic journal, and a book. These citations are old MLA, and we need to update them to the 8th edition. To do so, we need to remove some elements and add others. For example, for the online newspaper, if we look at the template, you will see that a lot of the information has remained the same. The author and the title of source particularly are the exact same in the 8th edition as they were in the 7th. So Altman, Drew, period, the title of the article in quotation marks, and then we move on to the container, what is holding that article, which in this case is the online newspaper. After that, we have a comma, and we do then have the date of access, and this is where things change. Instead of a colon, after the date, we have the comma, and then we use a P for page number. We no longer need the date of access or web. Instead, what you would have here is the URL for the article. Moving on to the article from an online journal. Again, the beginning of the citations are the same all the way through the first container. At that point, however, things change. Instead of formatting the volume number and date in this fashion, we now actually spell out, well, in shortened form, volume, comma, number, comma, the date, comma, and then we have the page number designation again. At that point, there is a period, and then we start the citation for the second container. So our article is contained in our journal, and then the journal is contained in the database, which in this case is Academic Search Complete. We leave that the same, but again, we delete the date of access and web, and instead you have a comma, and then you have the URL for the article. Same thing with this citation. The author remains, the title of the source remains, the title of the journal remains, but we spell out the volume, the number, the pages the article is on. JSTOR remains the same. We delete date of access and web, in a JSTOR comma, and then the URL of the article. For the book, we no longer need the city of publication, and you delete print. And then you have an updated Works Cited page in the 8th edition of MLA.